I know you're not ready for this. It is said that BlackRock, the world's biggest company, is buying XRP Ripple coins worth $9 trillion 0 cents. There has been no such thing as this in the history of cryptocurrency. Experts say that BlackRock's power could raise the price of XRP to $4,300 0 cents. It will happen soon. That's pretty cool, right? You'll be amazed by this movie. Let's get right to the point without any more nonsense. Nota bene. BlackRock, the biggest asset manager in the world with more than $11 trillion, 0 cents in assets, is reportedly getting ready to file for a spot XRP ETF. This has caused a lot of excitement in the XRP community once again. There were even posts on X that said BlackRock was going to put $8 trillion 0 cents into XRP in 2025. With all the talk and hope in the world right now, these kinds of stories get people's attention right away. What's really going on, though, behind all the noise? And is it possible that this will ever happen? Before we can understand what all the fuss is about, we need to know what an ETF is. ETFs, which stand for exchange-traded funds, are like a box that holds money. On the stock market, people can buy shares of that basket in the same way they buy stocks. It's kind of like a shopping bag with a certain crypto asset in it. Tell me about Bitcoin, Ethereum, or XRP. You don't need to know how to set up a wallet or understand secret keys. You only buy a cart piece. That's what an ETF can do. It makes crypto investing easy for everyone, from big banks and pension funds to regular people. Putting money into XRP through a spot ETF would be more than just a vote of support for the company. It could bring a lot of big money into the XRP market. That's why everyone is so happy. Like one user put it, if BlackRock really backs XRP, say goodbye to resistance levels. We're going into orbit. And another user said that BlackRock will buy $8 trillion 0 cents worth of XRP in 2025. BlackRock is coming to XRP, that's all John Squire said. These comments are very dramatic, but they show that people who own XRP really believe that their time has come. People want to think that XRP will soon have its ETF moment just like Bitcoin and Ethereum did. But let me tell you the truth. As of now, BlackRock has not stated that they will file for an XRP ETF. The public filings page for the SEC does not show any such application. These stories have been around before, in fact. A fake file for an XRP trust under BlackRock's name fooled the market for a short time in April 2025 before it was found to be false. A post that went viral not long ago said that BlackRock was getting ready to spend $9 trillion 0 cents in XRP. That was also not true. These are not one-off events. These things happen all the time in the XRP community. Hope sometimes gets ahead of reality. The way BlackRock is currently doing things makes this even less possible. The company already has a lot of money in spot Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs. These are better regulated and accepted by more institutions. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink has said nice things about Bitcoin and called it digital gold, but he's never talked about XRP, and BlackRock's head of ETFs just recently said that the company isn't focusing on altcoins like XRP. Due to Ripple's long legal fight with the SEC, there is still a lot of legal uncertainty around XRP. This is likely deterring companies like BlackRock for now. In other words, could BlackRock ever get into XRP? Not right now, but the door could open if Ripple wins its case against the SEC and XRP gets clear rules from regulators. BlackRock has always bought assets when the way is clear and they can make money. A spot ETF might not just be a dream. If the time is right for XRP, it would change everything. Finally, institutions would have a safe and easy way to trade an XRP. The price could go through the roof as billions of dollars flood the market. But for now, it's important to keep dream and reality separate. BlackRock isn't going to buy $8 0 cents TRN worth of XRP. This is not a day for ETF filing. In spite of this, XRP still has a bright future ahead of it. We're just not there yet. Until then, pay attention to the documents and not the tweets. Also, keep your feet on the ground even if your eyes are on the stars. Of course, such shocking news couldn't just go unnoticed. Crypto experts are already talking a lot, and they're not holding back this time. They make new predictions every day that make the market shake. But what do they say now? It is a whole new level. We're about to see a move so big that it could change the whole future of XRP. So, I promise you that you won't want to miss this. So, XRP Dragon says in a tweet with confidence, and other people are leaning even more strongly into that story. Aminix writes that when you wake up tomorrow, XRP is worth $100.00. This kind of tweet might seem crazy at first, but it speaks to a greater truth in the crypto world. A lot of the time, belief and community keep things moving before truth does. It's not all jokes and moonshots, though. Digital Asset Investor made one of the most talked about predictions when they said, "Our analyst went over all the legitimate pricing models. It cost around $5,300.00. It will happen, but give it time." It doesn't matter if that range makes sense mathematically. It shows how serious some investors are about looking into XRP's possibilities beyond the hype. Then there's the post that looks like it came from a fantasy movie. XRP Queen wrote that experts have found strange radio signals coming from beneath the ice in Antarctica. XRP might be about to get away. It's both a joke and a mood, a feeling that something very big is bubbling below the surface. XRP has been stifled, is in court battles, and is not well known. But now, people in the neighborhood now think that something is changing. Builders on the XRP ledger, the first ledger team, recently made a funny post about what life might be like if XRP hit $2,000.00. This post is a great example of this creative energy. In the best way, the pictures they shared were silly. There is a Gundam robot in the backyard, a picture of the Mona Lisa over your fireplace. Oh, and Pepe the Frog with a hat also. There is a lot of comfort next to a John Deere tractor and a military tank. It's not just about money, it's about being seen at last. If you think that $2,000.00 per XRP is impossible, you're only partly right. With about $58 billion.00 worth of XRP in circulation right now, that would need a market cap of over $116 trillion.00, which is more than the whole world economy. We all love big ideas, but we need to keep our feet on the ground. Next week, XRP won't be worth $2,000.00. What if it doesn't have to be? It would be historic to even hit $50.00, $70.00, or $100.00. Finance Bro thinks it will be between $50.00 and $70.00 by August 1. Now comes the crazy part. Life will be different if XRP even comes close to those predictions. At the moment, investing $20,000.00 gets you about $8,400.00 XRP. That's almost $850,000.00 at $100.00. All of a sudden, tweets like XRP will retire a lot of people don't sound so crazy. The truth is that the XRP community has been waiting for years through changes in the law, the market, and general doubt. But now that the law is clearer on Ripple, major exchanges have relisted XRP, and there are reports, true or false, that big companies like BlackRock are filing for ETFs. The mood is changing. A lot of people think that something big is going to happen, even if the craziest predictions don't come true. We also can't ignore what's going on behind the scenes. While everyone is looking at the charts, XRP Ripple is quietly securing its place on the world stage. There are a lot of secret deals, strategic agreements, and big institutional interests that are building up, like pressure under a volcano. This is real now, it's not just talk. These signs point to an upward trend. You don't want to miss what's going to happen next because it could change everything. That's why Ripple's recent news that more than 50 banks in Japan are now using the XRP system to handle payments is a big deal. Not just for Ripple, but for the whole world's financial future.